Thank you again all for joining us. Again, I am Jasmine McDaniel with NaVOBA. I work with the corporate relations team to support our corporate ally and corporate partners in connecting with veteran-owned suppliers to support their sourcing needs. So for the sake of time and ensuring that we're able to comfortably get through everyone's presentations, we will begin shortly. I'll introduce Marisol with IPG and also share a couple housekeeping notes. Going to go in the order in which you should see in your email. I'll give you a quick call out to let you know that you're up next. If you will unmute yourself and share your screen. As panelists, you should all have the capability to share your screen easily, but if you have any difficulty, let me know. Shoot me a quick email if I need to share screen at all, or if you're feeling like you might have a little difficulty there. Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. All of our buyers and IPG representatives are able to hear your presentations. They'll also be able to reference this video if they have any questions. All of your contact information has been shared directly with the IPG team, and they will also be able to reach out to you directly with any questions. Without further ado, I'd love to introduce Marisol with IPG before we get started.
Hi, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the country. My name is Marisol Ramirez, and I'm the Senior Manager of Supplier Diversity and Sustainability at Interpublic Group. I sit at the corporate level supporting our over about 90 agencies across the globe with their supplier diversity efforts. And I'm very thankful of the partnership with NaVOBA this year, which I've known NaVOBA in my previous role in my former company. So I was excited that we were able to continue this partnership here at Interpublic Group. I would like to formally thank you for the partnership and welcome all the suppliers who will be presenting today. I also want to thank all of our agency representatives and procurement associates who are on the line as well on the webinar for taking part in today's presentation. And I look forward to sharing the information to those who were not able to be a part of the webinar today.
Excellent. Thank you. And again, we do really appreciate you all's partnership for bringing these opportunities to our veterans. Without further ado, again, we will get started. First up, we have Michael with Soho Creative.
Hello, everyone. Marisol, great to meet you. Jasmine, thanks for setting this up. I'm going to share my screen. Keep an eye on the time here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much. So I'm Michael Cinquino, the CEO of Soho Creative Studio. I want to just dive right in here. So everybody knows that communication is costly, but when you put some real numbers to it, it brings some perspective. Our business case revolves around a Harris Poll study and other studies that shows that poor communication costs over $12,000 per employee per year. Teams lose over 7 hours a week, nearly a full day of work due to miscommunication. And a company with 10,000 employees loses roughly $125 million worth of lost time. Our work gives that time, confidence, and momentum back. So a little bit on my background. I spent 12 years in closed-door exchanges with Kaios. IPG actually hosted the CIO Strategy Exchange in New York some time ago. Kaios worked with Fortune 70 chief information officers, and I got to watch vendor teams try to win that room. It was a group of 25 Fortune 70 CIOs, and the winners, and who won the room, they were easy to follow. They were adaptable in the moment. They were authentic. But the scripted, deck-driven talks lost the room, leading to no buy-in, slow decisions, and strained relationships with the CIOs. Most leaders, I'd say even most employees, lack a repeatable craft for communication that blends structure, adaptability, and authenticity. That's the gap we close. Not going to go deep on the framework on this call because I know our time is limited. This is our framework. It's called the Actor's Approach. I have an acting background. I hold a BA in acting and directing and a master's degree in acting. It consists of three foundations: a predictable structure. We use all kinds of structures. We use one they still use today at McKinsey and Company, as well as a bunch of others. Then it uses something we call a productive unpredictability, or being unpredictable in structure. And last but certainly not least, an authentic point of view, knowing how someone feels through their behavior. So what's the result here? Meetings that work with clear agendas, presentations that land, client conversations that move because pitches are clear, and sharper listening and adaptability on the fly. So folks can know what they're going to say, but don't have to hold on to how it's going to say. So they're able to be there in the moment. The program that we lead is equally effective for new hires, emerging leaders, and also strengthening current managers. So how do we deliver the workshop? Really in two main parts: a half-day workshop. We can do this in person or we can do it live to build the core behaviors first. Then we add remote one-to-one coaching tied to real upcoming communication moments with employees. We can capture these recordings up to 4K, 48 hertz audio. You guys own the raw files. Why we record? So that you can scale clarity, you can reduce meetings via pre-reads and videos, you can capture subject matter expertise for onboarding, and fuel internal and external channels. There's a case study here. When I send you the slide deck, you can click on this. This is actual screen grab from a client that we worked with. I won't go deep on this because you can click that link later. What we're not, just to be super clear, I think it's important to share what we are, but also what we're not. We're not a PR agency. We don't do media training. We don't do post-production, visual effects, or audio engineering. So we would fit in HR, learning and development, professional development. I'm keeping an eye on my time here. I'm just going to move things along. So what it would look like as an initial pilot for IPG, it'd be 6 to 10 participants in a kickoff meeting. We'd move to a half-day workshop, one-to-one coaching. We would record everything over our platform, and there would be a before and after review. Why us? I'd be the one leading it. I worked with Kaios for 12 years. I continue to teach communication at the university level, and I continue to be a pitch coach at a tech startup in NYC. And I see I'm out of time, so I want to be respectful of time. There are next steps in contact. I'm currently at Northwestern, and I have to leave from presenting here to go present at Northwestern. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Michael. And yes, please send over that presentation deck to me, and I will be sure to include it with the follow-up notes headed over to IPG.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone. Good luck.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Chuck with The New Blank.
Hi, everyone. Let me share. And play. Wonderful. Michael did a great job on keeping on time. So please let me know if I'm running over. I timed it pretty close to 4 minutes. Hi, Marisol, and hi, everyone. Thanks for putting this on. By the way, it's a great opportunity from NaVOBA. My name is Chuck Grenade. I'm the CEO of The New Blank. A little bit about us. We are a company that specializes in entertainment and video game marketing, whether it's through network rebranding, show rebranding, gameplay trailers, environmental displays, omni-channel campaigns. We typically build content through live action and post-production. So illustration, animation, broadcast, film, digital, social, immersive, and even print sometimes. We turned 18 years old this month. We are a fully remote, fully distributed crew with team members in the US and in Germany. Some of our clients include gaming publishers. We have both linear and streaming platforms. We work with agencies all the time. I would say we typically thrive at the intersection of design, storytelling, and immersive technology. We like to say that diversity is our superpower. We're a bunch of design nerds at heart. And, oftentimes when we put out job descriptions for bringing on people, we include weirdos welcome. We're all weirdos here. And we like that. We are a service-disabled veteran-owned company. Myself and the other two owners are Navy veterans, and we also have a Air Force vet, although we don't hold that against him, as part of our campaign marketing manager team. So we have 3 workflows at The New Blank. This first one is bespoke. Clockwise from ABC. It's obviously bespoke is custom. the story around ABC is really a story around a relationship. We've been engaged with ABC and Disney for over 15 years. We've completed show branding, promotional spots, upfronts for a number of years. We rebranded the Oscars. We even rebranded ABC as a global network. And so long relationship there. Next, on the right, going clockwise, AT&T and Warner Brothers. That project lasted a couple, 2.5 years or so, where we created experiential installations for AT&T flagship stores across 5 US cities that were all running at the same time to promote major entertainment releases. It was both to promote the individual show or movie, but also strategically to drive retail foot traffic into the store. And so things like Justice League, Game of Thrones, Wonder Woman, the Friends reboot, Harry Potter, and there were others as well. The work included creating immersive technical content across hundreds of screens, set builds, AR experiences, and more. Next, is a campaign for the Kentucky Derby. So it's really for 14 Hands Wine. So we created content that ran across social, digital, and regional broadcast buys. Next, low left is Overland AI. We just did this a few weeks ago. This was to help a startup company pitch the Department of Defense in creating compelling promotional videos that showcased their autonomous overland driving platform. It's wickedly cool. All of our work in this case was kind of on the post side and graphics. And then finally on this slide is Brooks Running. Again, a number of years creating advertising videos, social shorts, and print deliverables to promote their shoe technology targeted at runners. Second workflow is Flex, and the story here is really content creation at scale with quality. And so we partner up. In this case, I'm showcasing Netflix games. We've been engaged with Netflix games for a few years. We're one of a few vendors that have been onboarded completely with their internal tools to create, to rapidly create content, gameplay trailers, sizzles, iconography, mobile assets, web assets, and more. Again, like the idea here is to find efficiencies through volume and build a workflow around that. And then finally, managed services. And so this was a strategic pivot coming out of COVID, mostly due to the slowdown in entertainment marketing work. Between COVID and the strikes and everything, we just saw a kind of a cliff in terms of inbound work. And I built a custom engagement model that merges kind of the best parts of management consulting and agencies, which is my background, agencies, and staff aug. And we're keeping the best parts of those engagement models in and the worst parts out. And it's been a massive success for us. We've been engaged in this case with Epic Games since the summer of 22, and year over year we continue to grow. We do everything from managing the Epic Game Store itself, so all aspects, both tactical and strategic. And then we also even have gotten into managing their events, which are a couple of the graphics on the bottom. Our team works directly with game publishers, as well as on behalf of Epic, of course, as well as Epic's BDs, all the internal stakeholders, and so it's been a great success. I'm working on an AI workflow, but I decided not to include it. We're definitely creative technologists here, but I didn't include that. In terms of a call to action, I would say I'd love to explore ways that the new brand can support IPG's gaming and entertainment verticals while remaining nimble in a rapidly evolving market. And then I guess finally, I put a bunch of extra work that I'll include in the deck as a follow-up in the addendum, and then I'll drop some of our gaming montage and our various montages in chat for anybody to look at their leisure. And that's it. Oops. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And I put my email address in the chat. Should anyone have additional support and need to send over those decks, be sure to send them my way today. Next, we have Jake with JCMR Technologies.
Hello, guys. Let me share my screen. I think I shared the right one.
We do see screen. You want to
right.
click share top right up there.
All right, perfect. You see my presentation?
Yes, you are just not in present mode.
Oh.
There we go.
Let's see.
Your full screen.
All right. Just make sure I got the right one. You guys seeing the one where it's built by a technologist?
Yeah, hit the swap displays because it's showing you this the speaker side of things.
Oh boy.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm Jake Kent. I'm the CEO of JCMR Technology. We're out of Charlotte, North Carolina. My background, I've been in IT for 31 years this year, and my main focus up until about 2016 was all enterprise, national and international accounts, specifically around network infrastructure and network security. So the company was kind of built around me, and then around 2015, 2016, we decided we wanted to actually move into managed services like Chuck. So we're doing managed services, managed security service, as well as IT outsourcing, and then the back end procurement to actually support that. So the things that matter to you guys is really more about IT strategy and building for real world problems. And then we are a service disabled veteran owned small business. So we have veterans on our staff. So we're very mission driven and customer focused. Let's see. So the services that we actually offer span from cloud services, IT security, infrastructure, consulting, vCISO. I've recently added on vCIO, as well as gone down the stack. So we deliver help desks, end user management, endpoint security, and the likes. So those are the services we provide. Our focus is really on operational IT challenges, compliance, removing risk, reducing bottlenecks, identifying gaps in cloud services and disaster recovery where we can ensure that cost is optimized, and then the recovery time and recovery point objectives can actually be achieved in the event there's a problem. And our focus is really specifically on cost reduction. So we've built our model such that our staff is mainly tier 2 and 3 IT resources. So traditionally, the customers that we are servicing now are regional, national, or international accounts. We don't really focus on a specific vertical, but we tend to fall into manufacturing, logistics, transportation, and construction quite a bit. And what we do for them is they have an IT staff, which will typically take level 1, and then we'll work with them on strategy, escalation, special projects, procurement, and the likes. In some cases, we actually do 100% IT outsourcing where the customers have no on-site resources that are their employees. They're actually our employees. So we'll build the help desk on premise and add the resources on premise that are required. But a majority of our delivery is actually remote. So we live in the cloud data center, and basically everything, like I said, is remote. I don't think I need to go through the rest. So clients that we actually service, some larger clients. So we do a large application for a FEMA subcontractor. We had all network and security for a large telecommunications company, all the network and security for an international defense contractor. We're doing compliance for financial PCI and infrastructure support for healthcare. So like I said, we don't really focus on a vertical. It's just kind of a spattering. So I appreciate you guys' time today.
Excellent. Thank you. And thank you all that are utilizing the chat as well. Next, we have Chris with Emily. I do that every time. Thanks, guys. With Emily Revolutionary Marketing Group.
Okay, you should be able to see my screen.
Yes.
We good? Okay, perfect. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm Chris Kemper with Emily Revolutionary Marketing. And let's see. So who is Emily? A little bit of South Carolina history here. She was a young lady during the American Revolutionary War who wanted to join the effort on the side of the Patriots. So she rode up to Nathaniel Greene's encampment, said, "I'd like to join the effort. Give me something to do." And he said, "You're a girl." And she said, "So what? My dad's old. I don't have any brothers. I want to help out." So we handed her a note, said, "Go find Sumter. He's somewhere across the river, literally in the next county over." And she took off on her horse. In the process, got captured by English loyalists. They take her to a farmhouse and go into strip searchers. They go look for an English loyalist woman. In the process of that, she takes out the message, memorizes it, and eats it. They don't find anything on her. They let her go. She makes it over to Sumter's encampment. Sumter and Greene finally get their acts together. You may have heard of a little battle called the Battle of Cowpens, most pivotal battle in all of South Carolina during the Revolutionary War, and arguably the most pivotal role played was this 16-year-old girl delivering this message. And like her, we help our clients deliver their message. We are a team of 12 in South Carolina, all US based team. We work on a number of things, which I'll show on our next slide here. So from web design to marketing strategy to brand strategy. Website design is done primarily on Wix as our preferred platform. We do a lot with search engine optimization, as well as now AI search optimization, and helping brands get found in AI search. Social media management, we help brands build content as well as build it for them, and we also teach the folks how to do that. And then we can do full service as well with both print and helping brands get the items that they need for different events that they're attending. So we're a straightforward team. What you see is what you get. Being all US based has been definitely an interesting component of what we do. We don't offshore primarily because we do some work with state and local municipal governments. And as a result, we wanted to make sure that all of our work was here US based. And there's my business partner, Sammy. QR code allows you to book a call, and I'll also drop a link in the chat. There are no questions for me. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we have Merrick with CS1 Mindset.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity. I apologize for the basic nature of my presentation. It may or may not have been put together as we speak. I thought this would be a conversation. So here we go. Are you able to see it?
Yes, and your audio is coming in just a little bit low.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity. And again, I apologize for the basic nature of my slideshow. But long story short, my mission is that I focus on improving teamwork, decision-making, and stress management through emotional intelligence workshops, assessments, as well as one-on-one coaching. The two capabilities I think would be most relevant to IPG are my EQ 360 assessments for managers. Why? Well, I've noticed that as managers go up the ranks, it's harder and harder to get candid feedback. So the benefit of using EQ 360 assessment, it's very easy and efficient to get feedback from management, peers, direct reports, even family and friends. And the EQ 360 assessment only gives you a score, but gives you a score across 15 tangible categories such as assertiveness, stress tolerance, empathy. And so right away, the managers knows what their strengths are, what their growth opportunities are, and also how their strengths can become vulnerabilities when overused. So it makes it very efficient and easy to understand for managers what they can do exactly to become more effective leaders. Also, another capability that I think be of interest to IPG are my EQ workshops. They're very efficient, half a day, so employees can get great training, but also be able to make progress on their work responsibilities. Also, the workshops it's a great way to learn from each other. It's a great way to team build because you learn that emotional intelligence language that helps employees to have a deeper conversations that enables to build deeper connections. Differentiators. Everything I do is science-based. I love using EQ assessments, especially EQI 2.0, because it's the most researched and most respected assessment out there, and it helps to make this quote unquote fuzzy idea of emotional intelligence, very tangible and as such actionable. Everything I do is practical. I have over 3,000 hours of executive coaching at various nonprofits, startups, Fortune 500 companies, government agencies. So I know exactly what works and what will deliver results for my clients. And also I'm very flexible. I have base offerings, but I'm more than happy to make adjustments because my number one priority is to deliver value to my clients to exceed expectations. Past performance, just to give you an idea, I've done a workshop for NASA here at the JSC, Johnson Space Center. They brought me because the team over there, there was an opportunity for them to become more collaborative and become more inclusive. And so long story short, what I found is that people who are very smart, and all of the people in that group had at least masters, most of them had PhDs. What happens is when people are very intelligent, it also makes them very vulnerable to doubting themselves and holding back. And so through the EQ360 workshop, they were able to become more assertive, which helped them to contribute more. And this is a quote from one of the participants post the workshop who said that the assessments and the workshop helped me to see benefits of becoming more assertive. And it was one of the best trainings that they've taken at NASA. Certifications, I'm certified through NaVOBA as well as Disability In. Call to action, I would love to talk to your HR team, or specifically learning and development lead, to figure out what would be the next steps and what would be the best way for me to bring in this emotional intelligence training to help the IPG team become even more effective.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we have Hello with Red Trace Technologies.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone see the slide deck?
Yes.
Presentation. All right. Good afternoon. My name is Caleb McAlelly, and I'm the founder of Red Trace Technologies. We're a cybersecurity, information technology, and intelligence support firm. Across the bottom of the screen here, you'll see some of our corporate certifications. We're SDVSOB. We're currently part of the SBA's 8A business development program. We're certified by NaVOBA. On the federal side, we hold several prime contracts. We're ISO 9001, ISO 27001 certified. We're multiple Inc. 5000 awardee. Just received this year's award 2 weeks ago, and also a multiple Inc. regionals awardee. All right, the agenda for this afternoon, we'll do a brief introduction of Red Trace. We'll go over some of the key leader bios, the services we perform, some of our strategic clients and partners. We'll touch on some of our past performance, and we may wrap it up there, depending on how time is going. So first and foremost, Red Trace is an intelligence-driven cybersecurity, information technology, and intelligence support firm, primarily focused on supporting the U.S. intelligence community and some select Fortune 50 at the moment commercial clients. A little bit about myself. I'm a retired Army Signal Corps officer, 20 years of direct cyber and intel experience, spent time at the National Security Agency and the United States Cyber Command, where I retired out of, and also at the FBI, supporting their red and blue team. A whole host of degrees and certifications. Like number 2 is Dr. Pete Dowdy, a very similar background. He and I met up at the agency many moons ago. He's retired Navy, and same deal. A whole host of degrees and certifications and extensive experience. So our services that we provide, cyber. So the 5 primary pillars, and they're in no particular order. But first and foremost, I would say that we are a cyber organization. So that includes full spectrum cyber operations support. So that's red teaming, that's adversary emulation, penetration testing, and vulnerability assessments. And blue teaming, which is that best practices, advise and assist. We provide information assurance support. So it's the risk management framework, 7 steps. and information system security engineer and information system security officer support. Intelligence, both classified and open source / all source. Analysis of adversary threats targeting some of our client networks. And we keep track of those threats and produce products to actionable intelligence products so that our clients can go forth and conduct the blocking and tackling to mitigate those associated risks. Management consulting from program and project management, business strategy, development, and BPR, and general IT support. Some of our strategic clients and partners are the Defense Intelligence Agency, the U.S. Army, the FBI, several intelligence community partners, and on the commercial side, our larger clients are Chevron, which is in the oil and natural gas industry, and State Farm, largest insurance provider in the U.S. Some of our go-to-market partners are Booz Allen Hamilton, General Dynamics Information Technology, ECS Mantech, and GRS. So some select past performance, as I mentioned before, supporting the intelligence community through security engineering and also intelligence and also support. And then on the commercial side, we're primarily conducting intelligence support and penetration testing. So as I mentioned, some of the past performance, three-letter organizations throughout the U.S. Here's some of our company information. We're located in the DC metropolitan area. All of our staff are cleared, which means there's extensive background checks conducted on our team members. As I mentioned, we're headquartered in the DC area. We also have a similarly sized office down in Norfolk, Virginia, and a satellite presence down in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, that being said, those are our physical locations, but we have team members from coast to coast. A lot of the work is performed remotely. So from the New York City metro area all the way out to the Bay Area, California, and several places in between Colorado, Texas, Wisconsin, Florida, Georgia, and the like. Staff overview. As I mentioned, all of our team members are cleared, which on the commercial side means they have extensive background checks are conducted on them continuously. And hold a whole host of industry-leading degrees and certifications. Across the bottom of the screen there, you see a non-exhaustive list of some of the personal IT-related certifications that some of our team members hold. And one unique item is about 75% of our team members are veterans. And I think I'm right on time. Here you see our contact information, and I will hold for any questions.
Thank you so much. We will share any direct questions with the attendees and follow up in next steps, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Next, we have Kristen Kavanaugh with the Agency Initiative.
Thank you so much for having me, Jasmine and Marisol. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, all set.
Okay, great. So we're the Agency Initiative, founded here in Austin, Texas as an organizational and leadership development consulting firm. I am one of the founders. I used to be the former head of DEI, talent management, learning development over at Tesla. My co-founder, Mike Randolph, also worked for me at Tesla for 6 years, and he led learning and development for me there, and then he went to Yeti and there as well. We also just co-authored a book together called Courage Over Fear, which is really born out of the work that we've been doing here at the Agency Initiative. We're not only service-disabled, veteran-owned, we're women-owned, LGBT-owned, and minority-owned. So we bring a wide variety of certifications along with us. Here's a very long capability statement. We basically do 3 things well. So we do learning experiences. So we're talking everything from 1 or 2 hour sessions up to half-day, full-day, week-long workshops, really rooted in leadership development and how to help build courageous leaders specifically. We work with our clients to make sure that we're building alongside their values and integrating that into the workshops that we build, so everything is custom. We also do organizational consulting, a lot on the HR side. So from our experience at Tesla, we owned a vast majority of the HR functions. And so we look at, from a systems perspective, how performance management, employee experience, diversity, inclusion all gets wrapped in together to make a fully functional HR or people function. And so we will step into our clients and provide some of that thought leadership around HR and how to bring that function together in a holistic way. And then lastly, we do event engagements. And so that looks a lot like keynote speaking or doing facilitated conversations. Again, a lot of this is born out of the book that we just wrote around courageous leadership and how to help leadership teams come together in a courageous way. And so a lot of that is from the keynote speeches there. Relevant past performance, we spent 6 years over at Tesla. We saw it at its height. And so where Tesla was moving from a 20,000 person, $50 billion company to a $1 trillion company, we were there. And so the thing about Tesla is everything is built in-house. They don't believe in contractors, especially on the people side of the business. So everything that we did, we built personally. So from design through development through delivery. And so that looked like all of the learning strategy for any of the people functions. So anytime there was a training needed for employee engagement surveys, for performance management, for labor relations, we built it all, we delivered it all. And so I was personally responsible for putting together that strategy and how all of the parts and pieces work together to be cohesive. I was the head of DEI, and so I started the DEI learning function for the company. So we went from scratch there to really build a strategy that worked for everyone. And so we had virtual and instructor-led content. We also built content that was available for people to take a self-paced learning environment. So really thinking about what that looked like holistically. And then lastly, we built the first set of leadership expectations that went through Elon and were signed off by him. So it was the set of leadership expectations that everybody in the company was then used in their performance evaluations and engagement surveys and things like that. So really, we professionalized the learning function at Tesla and kind of saw it through that major growth period. Since starting the agency initiative, we've taken similar steps at some of our major clients. So we've worked with Disney, we've worked with Meta, we've worked with McKesson. At Disney, we built specific content for them to solve a kind of conflict they were having intergenerationally with some of their employees. We built and delivered the content. It was so well received that they asked if they could purchase the content outright from us. And so that's really kind of what you'll see from us is like we want to make sure that we get in, we provide a solution, then we get out. We don't believe that contractors should be in for years and years and years. So along the way with our services, we make sure that we're training and teaching and coaching and mentoring the staff so that they can eventually replace us. That being said, at Meta, we are brought on long-term. And so we're there to augment their leadership development staff. And so we're really there as thought partners and advisors for their most critical projects. And so we'll sit with them and help develop solutions that get delivered to their C-suite leadership development teams. And then lastly, at McKesson, we built a customized learning experience symposium for their veteran high potential employees. It's the highest rated learning experience that McKesson has. Because of that, they brought us back. This will be the third time in 2026 that we've run the symposium. And so we really focus on understanding the business and what is authentic to the business and building something custom that makes sense. So why choose us? Because of that. We take the time to understand the business. We don't just pull solutions off the shelf. We don't think that works. And so we take time to get to know the leaders, understand the real root of the problem, and then build something that will work in your context. We'll also tell you if you were not the right people. And there are plenty of times where we have had that hard conversation with folks where we just aren't aligned, or the solution they're asking for isn't just something that is in our expertise. And so we like to build that trusting relationship and around honesty and authenticity in what we can and can't do. And then that being said, we want to make sure whatever we're building with long-term in mind, to hand it over to the client and make sure that they're able to run it themselves, so we can move on. And so we like to think about, we get in, we deliver the solution, and then we hand it off to folks that we have coached up, and they're ready to build that trust in their own relationship. And so we look forward to hearing from you. This has been a great opportunity, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have afterwards.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Next, we have Matt Hall, Operation Hired.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. If I can get mine on here. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Marisol, for my name is Matt Hall. I am the CEO of Operation Hired. There's two of us with the organization, and we'll kind of go into a little bit about who we are. So we are a professional services company. We're staffing and recruiting. Our goal is to place military veterans and spouses in your companies, and to accentuate all of the soft skills that they bring, and help you build culture within your companies. We like to say that we like to partner, stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and not just be a transactional type of a contractor. So here we are at a couple conferences, doing a couple things. I am the veteran of the two. My younger brother Sheridan is the better haired of the two, and he is the corporate recruiter. So he's got about 25 years in Silicon Valley doing all of the big companies there. Actually, he brought a term to me called FANG. It's Facebook, Apple, Netflix, and Google, but those also with Yahoo and Cisco and a lot of the other companies that are there. So he's got 25 years in IT recruiting. The whole organization kind of was born over 25 years of arguing at Thanksgiving dinners. Why aren't veterans hired at some of the biggest companies in the world better or more? And he came back to me with why aren't veterans better positioning themselves after they leave the service? I didn't have much to that, and so we decided 2 years ago to just go and attack the problem and create Operation Hired. Oh, I don't know how that happened. There's just a gratuitous picture of a tank. Cool army pick moment. Sorry about that. Let me progress first. There we go. So these are some of the tools that we use. Recruiting is definitely a team effort. One of our big things that we do is we do sourcing. So we like to work with your team to find what you're looking for, what your culture fit is. And a job description is a great start, but a job description doesn't have all the little nuances that will help this person be successful with your team. So we like to have that conversation so that we can go out and actually find the candidate for your team. It's not, we don't just post jobs to Indeed and LinkedIn and other sources. We actually go and do the research and find the right person for you. And that right person that if you have 10 recs and we can only find 7 veterans for those, we're going to find you the 10 best that we can. Understanding that veterans, we do put a gold star on veteran applications and resumes, but a lot of times the veteran isn't the right person for the fit. So we want to make sure that we find the right fit for you. But we do put the thumb on the scale for veterans. We advertise in LinkedIn. We have a lot of job boards that are specific to the industry, depending on which industry you're looking for. So we have access to those job boards. We do a lot of networking with veterans and veteran organizations, as well as corporate organizations, SHRM, the ICEA, all the different organizations that are in HR and talent acquisition. These are some of the things we like to do, how we work with you. we like to meet with your team. We want to understand the nuances of the job, of the position. A project manager is a very vague description of the person that you want and that will be successful with your organization. So we want to make sure that we understand what are some of the responsibilities, how does the team work, what are some of the KPIs that are going to be utilized, what are just all the nuances about that position, so that when we go and we interview those people for our initial interview, we are bringing you the right person for the job. We want to work with you and to find out about your evaluation process. How does that work? Is it, do you have different scores for different things? Do you want to find somebody local? Do you have, will you be able to offer relocation costs? Just all the little intricacies that go with that, so that when we bring you somebody, we are bringing the qualified candidate that knows the compensation, the location, the specifics of what you're looking for, so that we can take away all that annoying searching through resumes, posting jobs, not getting the right candidates, having to do those initial interviews. When we bring somebody to you, we want to bring the right fit for you. And so you have 2 to 3 individuals to really interview to see if it's the right fit. The other thing we really do is help the candidate through the employment process. And so we will talk with the candidate, make sure they understand when the interviews are, who they're going to be interviewing with, what some of the job descriptions are. We've seen many times where a candidate will call and they don't understand how to log into whatever program we're logging into, Zoom or Teams or whatever. And so we really kind of walk that candidate through hand-holding, while not giving away too much information, but to make sure that they show up to the interview, that they are ready and prepared. So our main goals, we want to work shoulder to shoulder with your team. We want to bring the talented members. Look, and our main goal here is the veteran and the military spouse. We want to make sure we are placing them in jobs and corporations that they're going to be with for 5-10 years, and they're going to be able to flourish and grow and prosper and build their careers with an organization. We are not just an organization that wants to just place somebody for a year and get paid and move on. That's a transactional relationship that we just don't want to be involved in. We want to make sure that we are integrated with you and a part of your team. Where we provide value is you don't need to hire more recruiters or more talent acquisition professionals as you plus up or draw down with your company. We can we work with other recruiters to bring them on or off ramp them, just depending on the scope and the size of the work to be done. So that's another gratuitous Army picture. Yeah, sorry about that. That's I don't know how that, again, I don't know how that one got in there as well. It looks like they're ready to jump out of an airplane there. Anyways, so questions and answers. Thank you very much for your time. And again, Matt Hall, I'll put my information in the chat in case anybody wants to get a hold of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. I see you were making sure that we were engaged during your presentation. Well done with the photos. Well placed. Next, you're welcome. Next, we will have Civility MS.
Good. Hello, everybody. My name is Lori Sales. I see Cheryl, though, is highlighted. However, Cheryl is going to be putting up the template. I am the president and CEO of Civility Management Solutions. And like any Marine, I come with a team, right? So they're all here with me to support this moment that we have with you all. Thank you so much, NaVOBA, as well as this IPG, for allowing us to be here with them today to share what we have to offer. And with that, I'm going to share it over to Ms. Cheryl. Since you're already ready to roll, let's go.
Good morning. I am the corporate program manager for Civility Management Solutions, but I will pass it on to TJ, our business development manager. Okay, we know how to roll with the
You're
flow.
on mute.
You ready, TJ?
Okay, sorry about that. Technological issues on my part. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TJ Gurley with Civility Management Solutions. I am the business development manager here. Apologize for my technical difficulties at the beginning. I just want to talk a little bit about our core capabilities. We do acquisition, financial management, program management, conference logistics, professional development, executive training. But what I wanted to concentrate on today was the specific capabilities that we would bring to IPG. For us, it would be strategic integration and attention, growth and adaptation, collaboration and communication, and quality management. On the strategic integration and attention, basically that's where we concentrate on aligning your corporate message or the event message with the campaign strategies, with brand objectives of monitoring audience engagement and marketing trends and the reputation factors. That way we keep everybody engaged, involved, and making sure that your message is getting out there and making sure the message that we're putting out there aligns with your strategy. And then from there, we go with the growth and adaptation. Boy, got to straighten out my words today. And then leveraging post-campaign analysis, basically looking at how we've put the message out there and measuring the results that we were getting from that, from our approaches, maintaining the strategies, agile strategies with sustainment of brand visibility and credibility to impact how your message is put out there or how the message is being put out there and received by our audience. And going back and looking at the statistics through surveys and monitoring how we're getting that information. And then from there, collaboration and communication. Always believe my boss, you would never believe she's Marine as nice as she is sometimes, but she's always got an open communication as far as that, and she wants to make sure that we generate that for our clients. So making sure that we have a seamless coordination between creative team members, the media, stakeholders, leadership, through established communications and feedback channels. And then from there, we go with what we call our quality management portion. Is our specific methodology is a plan, do, check, and act. Whereas we plan out how we're going to do something, we physically do it, then we go back and check the results that we did, and if the results that we got, and if we didn't get the results that we did, we have an action plan or a plan of action to correct those particular features so that we can go back in and make sure that we get everything correct so we can ensure that the message is put out properly. And then from there, excuse me, from there, we'd go into, we are a veteran-owned company, and as we say, we probably breathe, eat, do everything from a military standpoint. Our company owner's a Marine veteran. I'm a retired Air Force veteran, and most of our corporate staff is veterans. In fact, we've got veterans from every branch of service with the exception of the Navy and the Coast Guard, but we give Lori a couple of points because she's on the Marine Corps, which falls under the Navy. And then, okay. And so going from there, I will turn it over to Miss Cheryl.
Wonderful, thank you. So I'll just go over our differentiators. So we stand apart in the market through operational transformation, looking at those driving measurable improvements and how organizations communicate and engage, risk mitigation, always anticipating challenges and safeguarding the brand reputation, as we see in these days and ages, is very important. Resource optimization, maximizing impact while streamlining the time, budget, and effort, and a long-term value creation, building sustainable visibility and trust beyond a single campaign. So one of our proven impacts from these differentiators, our Civility Month campaign. So our rebranding initiative and National Civility Month campaign demonstrated these differentiators in action. With full oversight from our subject matter experts, we executed a comprehensive marketing and PR strategy that included campaign design and management from concept to execution, creation and distribution of social media content, development and production of a LinkedIn Live event, but also tangible media products such as press releases, infographics, commercial spots, and event branding, media engagement, and training for featured speakers and stakeholders. But one of our highlights is our own president and CEO was featured on DC News Now's Living Local program, elevating visibility for the campaign and underscoring our ability to position leaders and brands at the forefront of the public conversation. And so TJ will now highlight one of our other engaging and successful projects.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you, Cheryl. On top of all of that, this month is Civility Month. If you didn't know, when our president and CEO engaged on Civility Month, talking about that, making sure that we have civility in the workplace so that people do engage with that. But one of the things that our company had the privilege of doing was making that visible and making that visible for the USAID. We were tasked with operating the Small Business Office, Small Business Disadvantage Utilization Office. And with that, we were tasked with making sure USAID was capable of getting more people to do business with the federal government under USAID. And we were able to do that by crafting the message for them. And one of the successful results that we had from that was we hosted a office, we'll say a seminar, and we happened to make it overseas in Bangkok, Thailand. And that happened to turn out to be one of the largest OCONUS small business presentations in terms of attendance. So we knew that we got the message well on there. So that was a good success story for us. And then the next one would have been, had we not had a couple of hiccups as far as our government transition, would have been in Lima, Peru. I think we're probably successful at that because most of the company owners would like to make a business write-off as they're traveling overseas, learning more how to do business with the federal government. But we were able to strategically and successfully help small businesses specifically do business with the federal government when we concentrated on helping them.
And
then,
TJ and
so
Cheryl,
for
thank
us,
you so much. TJ and Cheryl, thanks so much. We don't want to go over our time, but we have
Yes, ma'am.
lots we can share with others whenever they're ready to talk more about how civility management solution can help bring civility into your workplace. You all have a great day.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. And again, please be sure to send that deck over if I have not yet received. You're welcome to also include in the chat, but be sure to send via email so I can get these compiled and sent over to Marisol for disbursement with her team. If you have any questions for next steps in the process, please feel free to email me. I will be sure to answer those as quickly and timely as possible. But next steps will generally consist of your contact information, again, being shared with all of the contacts that we have on the call today, in addition to anyone that was not able to join us from the IPG side, but is still sourcing for some of the opportunities that you have available. Again, thank you all so much for your time. You all had some really great presentations. So as someone who doesn't always get to know what all of our many VBEs are up to, it's really great to get that firsthand account so we can really push the needle forward. And I will pop over to Marisol if you have any closing notes. And if not, we appreciate everyone's time. All right, we are
no
worries.
notes.
There you
I
are.
just want to just thank everyone. Thank the suppliers again. Thank you for your service. And thanks again to NaVOBA and our IPG agencies and colleagues who were able to attend today. And I look forward to sharing the information post-meeting with everyone.
Thank you all. We will see you later and we'll be in contact soon. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.